Hello, this is the Irish Guy Exchange. Yes, don't worry. Okay, I'm going to do a full early World Cup predicted video in the next couple of days on the main channel. But oh boy, considering now there are more groups than there are rolls of toilet paper in my house, wow, like I'm going to be here all day doing this. Because there's so many teams in the World Cup now, it's gone up to nearly 50. We've literally got Group L. That's as far as we go down to. I've never seen groups I, J, K, L in a World Cup. It looks so weird. There's so many teams allowed in the World Cup now. We've pretty much, you're able to fill half the alphabet. It's nuts. But look, that was an excruciating World Cup draw, wasn't it? I mean, everyone who watched it, I sat down to it thinking, okay, I said, we've known for weeks now the World Cup draw will be made at 5 o'clock on Friday. Okay, I sit down to my television on 5 o'clock. I'm there for 2 hours. 2 hours of just preambled nonsense. It was the longest, most boring World Cup draw I've ever seen. At least even the Qatar one didn't seem as bad as this, and they had Jermaine Genius as the host. But lads, yeah, now we had to wait 2 hours to just be served up Rio Ferdinand doing some weak banter with the small one of Scary Movie 3. Okay, I know Kevin Hart's probably like the biggest comedian in the world now, but he's never made me laugh. Then again, why am I taking shots at someone who's made millions and millions of comedy whilst I'm, as I said, unable to afford much toilet paper? Don't worry though, I've got plenty of old Harry Potter books, it's fine. But yeah, no, look, today I'm not gonna do a predicted table. I'm just gonna have a proper look, because I didn't really have a chance over the weekend, but I'm gonna have a proper look today to study and just look at all of these World Cup groups and just see how they look like, if there's any group of death or not. I would imagine probably not, because they've just invited everyone to the party. Literally, it's like when if you don't make, that's why I'm so desperate for Ireland to make it to a World Cup, because of course I want to see my country at a World Cup. I haven't seen that since I was a kid, a little boy who didn't know nothing about football. Seriously, since actually researching and learning about football and like knowing it and loving it and being obsessed with it, I've never seen my country at a World Cup, and I'm sure plenty of Irish fans haven't. Definitely not the ones younger than me. So yeah, I obviously want to see us at a World Cup. I want it more than anything else. But also, let's be real, if you don't get there, it is a bit embarrassing. Because when you look at some of the countries who are there, and if we're not involved in that party, it's a bit like when you're at school, right? And a really generous girl in your class throws a birthday party, or her 16th birthday party, and everyone's invited except you. Yeah, literally, you're the only one who has to stay at home playing Pictionary with your mum. Even the geeks, even the nerds, even the ones with hams stuck in their braces get to go. But not you. Yeah, that could be us. That could be us. When we see teams like, no hate, but Haiti at World Cups. I don't want to be disrespectful here, but I only know of that country because of an earthquake. And yet they're at the World Cup. Look, don't worry, I'll be rooting for you, Haiti. I love to see underdogs there. And especially when I saw that they were interested in giving Sam Maximin a ring. That was the rumor a couple of weeks ago. Lads, yeah, I was almost Haiti for life. So, but no, it's these tiny little countries that are making it to the world. I think it's great, by the way. I'm not hating on it, but I do also think it's probably going to dilute the competition of the groups and probably make the groups a lot more easy to predict, which is why when I do make my video on the main channel, I'm going to put a lot of forfeits on the line, because I think these are probably the easiest groups in World Cup history you're ever going to be able to predict. I mean, I remember my first proper football tournament where I sat down and, an international tournament. It was Euro 2004. And every group in that seemed unpredictable. You didn't know who was going to come out, because it was only 16 teams, 4 groups of 4. Like, it was so unpredictable. Like, there were absolutely massive countries getting left behind in the group stage, like Spain and Germany and Italy, and Greece won it. So, I do like those more intimate tournaments where anything can happen. These sort of bloated ones, it could make for a really boring and predictable spectacle in the group stage, maybe. But look, let's take a look. Okay, let's see. Right, Group A. Right, we've got South Africa, South Korea, Mexico, and, okay, I'm going to hope Ireland. Okay, because this is our UEFA group path. We got put in the main group if we beat, we have to beat Czech Republic and Denmark. It's probably going to be Denmark. Okay, that's what everyone's going to say. They're the massive favourites to make Group A alongside this bunch. But I so badly wanted to be Ireland. And you know why? Do you know why this group screams of being perfect? It's because back in 2009, when we were cheated out of the 2010 World Cup with Thierry Henry, France stole our spot, and they were put into a group with South Africa and Mexico and Uruguay. So this is almost the group we would have had in 2010 if it weren't for Henry's dodgy hand. So, it's almost fate, isn't it? Isn't it? Please, lads, if Ireland actually make it to this World Cup, I will burst. You won't see a happier person ever. Like, Angry Ginger's just won I'm a Celebrity, being crowned King of the Jungle. Haven't seen a single minute of it because I'm not a 65-year-old mum, but no hate. I'm sure he's done well to win it, and I'm sure he feels absolutely ecstatic that he did. Going on a national television show, something he was probably watching as a 2-year-old, and to be able to win it, like, amazing. But make no mistake about it, if Ireland get to this World Cup, I will be happier than Angry Ginge is now. Honestly, but yeah. So that's an interesting group. South Africa, South Korea, Mexico, and hopefully Ireland. You know what? This one is not actually as predictable as I thought it would be. I mean, it's weird that Mexico and South Africa are going to be the opening match. That was literally the opening match of the 2010 World Cup when Shabalala scored the first goal of the tournament against Mexico. And I'm pretty sure Marquez equalized. So yeah, it's really weird that two obscure nations like this are opening the World Cup. They're the opening game of the World Cup with only 3 World Cups in between. That's pretty weird. 2 out of 5 World Cups are being opened by Mexico playing South Africa. That's the curtain raiser again. That's a really weird coincidence. Mexico are the opponents for South Africa when they're at home in a World Cup, and when Mexico hosted, it's South Africa. Very strange. But look, on paper, this okay, fair enough. This is going to be tough to predict, but I will do on the main channel. But okay, let's see. Group B. What have we got here? We got Qatar, Canada, Switzerland, and Italy. Probably Italy. I mean, let's be real. Okay, Italy or Wales? Because you never know. Wales could pull off a shock and beat Italy in the final of the playoff final. This group has got a couple of weird managers in there. Qatar are managed by Julian Lopetegui, which is strange. And Canada are managed by Jesse Marsh. 2 guys who are recently Premier League failures, I think it's fair to say. Both sacked at West Ham and Leeds. So it's weird they're going to be taking on each other in the World Cup. Look, this seems pretty straightforward, though, especially if Italy qualify, which they should. They should really win this group. And then, okay, it's kind of, well, Switzerland should probably do it too. Okay, this is a bit more straightforward, because surely, I mean, to be fair, a lot of third place teams, 8 out of a certain amount of third place teams go through. So maybe Canada and Qatar could scrap it out for that, but it really should be kind of cut and dry. All right, Group C, what do we got? So we got Brazil, Morocco, Scotland, and Haiti. Oh, wow. Go on. You know what? For this tournament, I'm going to be Haiti for life. Go on, then. All I know about Haiti is that when I think of this country, I just think of Leona Lewis or any of the Frankenstein experiments rolled out of Simon Cowell's lap. Because back in 2010, that was it. They brought out that single that was everywhere, raising money for the Haiti earthquakes. Yeah, he brought out all his pop star buddies to sing a song for them. And literally, I'd never heard of Haiti before that, which shouldn't be a surprise to anybody, considering I was a complete geography dunce at school. Seriously, yeah, it was my worst subject by far. I don't do good geography. Should you be surprised, though? I still say Dr. Congo. So, yeah, no, that's... Yeah, the first time I ever heard of Haiti was Leona Lewis screeching into the mic. So it's so weird to see them at a World Cup. And but look, for Scotland, they must be thrilled. They must be absolutely buzzing, because this is a very gettable out of a group. I mean, the best third place team, most of the third place teams go through. So really, Steve Clark should be looking to get out of this group, because you should absolutely be looking at that match against Haiti, and you have to win it. You have to stomp all over them. And then Morocco, look, I think Morocco should really swap second, because they still got, I mean, this is a country who did reach the semifinals of the last World Cup. Yeah, but look, it's tough. And Scotland, they've got a dream game against Brazil, which is that's what World Cups are all about. Playing Brazil at a World Cup. Wow. Although, back in 2010, when Chelsea began the season by slapping up West Brom 6-0, I never thought that I'd see the manager of Chelsea then, Ancelotti, taking on the West Brom manager, Steve Clark, in a World Cup group 16 years later. So that is kind of mad, those two are meeting again. But look, yeah, for Scotland, this is kind of a tasty group. It's winnable-ish. I mean, some games are winnable. It's qualifiable. Is that a word? Yeah, I mean, a dream match. Oh, Brazil. Playing Brazil at a World Cup. I would love that. I would love it. Oh, I used to get excited when Ireland used to play rare friendlies against Brazil. I remember we got a 0-0 against them in Dublin back in 2004 against, like, peak Brazil. So, yeah, I was getting gas for those friendlies. So this, at a World Cup, let's just say Scotland, I'm jealous. All right, what's up? Group D. So we got Australia, Turkey, USA, and Paraguay. You know what, actually? This is quite an even group as well. Anyone could win it. Okay, by the way, Turkey aren't qualified yet, but I'm just saying, I think they'll get out of their battles with, Romania and Slovakia and that. And, yeah, this is an interesting one. This could go either way for a lot of teams. Australia could qualify. Turkey could. USA, Paraguay. Look, I think Paraguay might be little dark horses at the World Cup, I think. So I'd probably back them here. But, Pochettino is a quality manager. And he's got some talent in the USA squad. So if he gets them clicking, and especially when they got home advantage, they could really do something interesting here. So that's definitely a group to watch, because anything could happen there. That's not actually as cut and dry as I thought it was. All right, up next, Group E. Germany, Ecuador, Ivory Coast, and Curacao. How on earth is Dick Advocat coaching at a World Cup? He looks like he's nearly 95 years of age. I fully thought he'd be sitting at home getting fed spaghetti by a living nurse. So it's absolutely mad to see him at a World Cup with Curacao. And also, I want to know what's going on with Curacao, because something fishy is. This is a tiny little Caribbean island, I assume. Okay, I haven't checked the map. Again, I'm not good at geography. But lads, it's not just Advocat who's their high-profile guy. They also had Gus Hiddink as manager. Yeah, two former, I know they're both international journeyman managers, but how did you convince both Hiddink to join and then Advocat? There must be serious money hiding behind the couch at the Curacao FA, because how do you do that? Fair play to them, I guess. But they should absolutely be eaten alive at this World Cup. Surely it's a step too far for Curacao. What I find interesting about Ivory Coast is that, yeah, they're past their golden generation now. The Drogba, the Kalou, the Torres, the Javinho to an extent. That was a tasty little golden generation, and they really did fail, especially at World Cups. It took them a long time to win the African Nations Cup, and then at World Cups, they used to absolutely flop and crumble in the group stage. But now, what I find really weird is their manager, Faye. He was an absolute Reading flop, couldn't get in the Reading team back when they were in the Premier League, and then just walked out of the club, refusing to play for them ever again after relegation. Actually, he sat out the last few games of the season because he couldn't get in the team, and he just gave up. No one ever talks about that, but Ryan Fraser did that at Bournemouth, and they got relegated, and everyone hates Ryan Fraser now, calling him an evil little dwarf. But Faye did that at Reading. Steve Coppell kicked him out of the club, and then he retired at the age of 28. I never thought the most obscure sticker in your Premier League book from 2007, would one day grow up to become a World Cup manager with Ivory Coast. That's a big job. But yeah, it's really weird to see him at a World Cup all these years later. Very strange. It's like seeing your old French teacher now, I don't know, being invited to the wedding of Brad Pitt. It's a weird one. But fair play, I guess, Faye. Look, this should be it should be Germany's to win, but you never know. We've seen Germany especially crumble in very easy World Cup groups before, like in 2018 and 2022. So you never know. This could be 3 awful World Cups in a row. And if that happens, oh wow, I think Julian Nagelsmann might have to go into hiding. But look, okay, Group F. Wow, we're not even halfway through the group. There's so many groups. Okay, quickly then. Group F. Tunisia, Poland, Japan, and the Netherlands. Again, Poland aren't there yet, but let's be real. They got Lewandowski. They probably will. It's quite a middling group. But it's not a group of death, though, is it? Again, it's got one big powerhouse in the Netherlands, and then 3 very similar teams who are going to scrap for second and third. Yeah, I mean, it's quite interesting because there's going to be a good team who finishes bottom of this group and has no chance of going through. Because yeah, Japan, Poland, and Tunisia, none of them are mugs. They're all very quality World Cup teams, so that's going to be pretty interesting to see when one of them gets sent home early. I bet Tunisia are kind of gutted to be put in this, actually. And if I was Polish, I wouldn't be best pleased either. But on the upside, because the Netherlands aren't exactly this amazing team either, they're so far past their golden generation. I mean, they got a golden generation of centre-backs at the minute, but other than that, it's kind of, as Tarantino would say, weak sauce. I mean, especially when you got Xavi Simons as a number 10. Oh boy. But yeah, so I guess it is winnable for every country in the group. Could absolutely win this group, but just as easily they could all finish bottom. So interesting enough. Group G: Iran, New Zealand, Belgium, and Egypt. Oh, this is a weak group. This is really, really bad. Because Belgium are so far beyond their golden generation. Hazard's gone. De Bruyne's pretty much gone. Vertonghen's gone. Alvaro's gone. And they're managed by Rudy Garcia, who has become a bit of a management joke in recent years. So, this is really weak. And if I'm Egypt, when you've got Salah and Marmoush in the front three, you should absolutely be looking to win this group. I don't care. Don't be scared by Belgium at all. I'm not. I wouldn't be. No, their golden generation is so gone now, and they didn't really do anything with it. But then again, that's what happens when you're managed by Roberto Martinez for 7 years. He's now grown up to just be a Ronaldo fanboy. But look, it's a weak group. Let's be honest. It doesn't look like a World Cup group. Like, no, none of these teams have ever done anything at a World Cup before. No, I mean, I guess Belgium got to the semi-final in 2018, knocking out Brazil. Okay, they did that, but other than that one game against Brazil, they didn't really do nothing at any World Cup ever. And Egypt either. New Zealand, I guess, got a draw with Italy once, but this is a really weak World Cup group. And if I'm any of these countries who got put in this, I'd be delighted. Because even New Zealand, even the Kiwis, even those rugby-obsessed New Zealand fans, they've got half a chance of getting out of this group. You know, this could be a repeat of 2010 where they didn't embarrass themselves. Okay, Group H. Cape Verde, Saudi Arabia, Uruguay, and Spain. It's half of this group looks really strong. The other half, not so much. You got Saudi Arabia and Cape Verde, who really should be down in third and fourth, surely. And then, Uruguay versus Spain, that should be the home and dry. Those two countries going through. And it's going to be quite fun to see Bielsa, old age Bielsa, after getting written off, after winding down his career by accepting a championship job at Leeds, after anonymous 5-minute flings with Marseille and Lazio. It's actually quite heartwarming to see this absolute football icon now managing against Spain, the country where he's worshipped as an absolute football genius. So that's going to be kind of cool. But if I'm Spanish or Uruguayan, I'm not worried about this group at all. Up next, group, especially not with Saudi as well. Saudi are no longer managed by Roberto Mancini. He's the only one who, because he's an absolute cup genius of a coach. So maybe if he was still at the wheel, I might be a bit, thinking the Saudis might do something, but no. Okay, Group I, Bolivia, Senegal, Norway, and France. This is what's being called a group of death. And by the way, I know Bolivia aren't there yet, but I think they're probably more likely to get through. This is not a group of death. Because there's no group of death, this is the one the media are trying to point at and say, oh, it's tough because the fourth seed are Norway, and Norway have Haaland. Yeah, okay, Norway should not be a fourth seed because they're absolutely a quality team who just absolutely ate Italy on banana bread. But similarly, though, it's not a group of death. It's really, really not. It's actually very comfortable for France, Norway, and Senegal to all go through. You would think. It's just going to be fighting over the positions. And maybe, Norway could have an exceptional 3 games. And maybe they could win the group, which would be nuts. And they're the only fourth seed in the whole tournament who I think have a realistic chance of winning the group. But, I mean, it's not a group of death. It's really, really not. No, it's about as scary a group as any episode of Grey's Anatomy. No, it's just pretty much boring, predictable mulch. No. But if I'm Bolivian, I don't book hotels in America longer than the 3-week period. You'll be gone soon. Okay, Group J. There's so many groups. All right, Group J. Argentina, Austria, Algeria, and Jordan. Again, this is it's pretty weak. This is such an easy group for Argentina. They could win this with their eyes closed. The reigning world champions. Has a reigning world champion ever been given such an easy follow-up World Cup group? I remember Italy back in 2010. They were reigning world champions, and they got what? Slovakia, Paraguay, New Zealand, and still didn't go through. Pretty sure they finished bottom of that group. They couldn't even beat the Kiwis. But I don't think that's going to be the case for Argentina. Look, I know there is a bit of a World Cup curse where, the reigning champions kind of flop at the next tournament. In my lifetime watching World Cups, Brazil flopped in 2006, Italy flopped in 2010, Spain flopped in 2014, really embarrassingly so, actually. And then in 2018, Germany flopped. Actually, I might be onto something here. In 2022, France Did they flop? Nah, they knocked England out. France did okay, actually, in Qatar. But, no, yeah, most world champions do actually fall flat on their face. So maybe, yeah, don't tip Argentina to win it. Don't be the lazy person who thinks Argentina are going to win the World Cup because they're reigning world champions and they've got Messi. Nah, sadly, I think Messi's World Cup career is... I think there's one World Cup too many, and our lasting image of him at international football is not him going out with a World Cup, which is what it should have been. No, instead it'll be something really whack and embarrassing, like, I don't know, feebly exiting in the last 16 match against Australia or something nuts. But look, other than that, this is a really limp, weak group. All right, Group K. So we got Uzbekistan, Dr. Congo, Colombia, and Portugal. Portuguese fans should be dancing on the beach because this is so easy. Wow. Okay, yeah, by the way, I'm saying Dr. Congo instead of Jamaica. Jamaica could do it, but, I mean, Jamaica don't have a manager. So you have to lean towards the team who now have, Wisa fully back fit. Surely it'll be Congo. Uzbekistan are a weird one, considering they're managed by Fabio Cannavaro. That is nuts. And he's going to be coming head-to-head with Roberto Martinez. Yeah, back in 2006, when Cannavaro was a Ballon d'Or winner, winning the World Cup and securing a move to Real Madrid, Martinez was a little wet fish getting released by Swansea and signing for Chester City. So the fact that they're now going to meet at the World Cup and the fact that Martinez is probably going to smash him to bits, really weird. And kind of a pinch me moment for Martinez. But yeah, Cannavaro, wow, what a strange job to take. He's actually a world champion, a World Cup winner, and he's the manager of Uzbekistan. Oh, very strange. But yeah, look, really, really easy group for Portugal. And if I'm Cristiano Ronaldo, he's going to want to gobble this group to bits. And finally, Group L. I've literally never seen a competition where it goes all the way to L. But look, so this is finally we get to England's group. England, Croatia, Ghana, and Panama. A Panama team coached by a former Leeds flop coach, Thomas Christensen. So there's actually a couple of Thomases in this group. It's going to be the Thomas Derby when they play against England. But look, England have played against all these teams in tournaments recently, right? I mean, smashing Panama in 2018, lost to Croatia in 2018, and obviously beat them at the Euros. And I'm sure, did England play Ghana at a World? Nah, when was the last time England played Ghana? That might be a while ago. But look, for England, this is a winnable group completely. The Croatia golden generation is gone. Modric is gone. Rakitic is gone. They're an absolute... this Croatian team were old in 2018. That was 7 years ago. So, this is... yeah, they might have reached the World Cup final fairly recently on paper, but no, that Croatian team is long gone. So England should top this group with ease, really. And if you don't, it'll be a bit of a disgrace. Anyway, that is the end of it. A long-winded one, just kind of rounding it up. I will do a proper World Cup predictions on the main channel if you want that. Let me know in the comments. But overall, yeah, it's just too many groups. Way too many groups, but the main message I want to get out there is saying that I really, really, really want Ireland to be at this World Cup. Please, don't leave us out of the party. Please. Anyway, that's it. Enjoy the video. Don't forget to like, I'll talk to you in a while.